Hey, how you doing? This is Martin, owner and trainer of Fuller Fitness. Wow. So, and with this video is just to, man, I know that with any generation is worse with this generation, but with any generation that people want to achieve their goal um, towards anything with speed, and it's understandable, but what everybody should take into consideration is that even though you want to achieve your goal with speed, if you are able to achieve your goal, however many goals you have, and you're able to achieve that goal or goals quickly, and then not only probably quickly, but easily, then it's probably not worth doing. Um, there is very, I don't know if there's much that a person can do um, without it taking a certain period of time, an extended period of time, depending on what you can consider an extended period of time, and succeed at certain things. For those of us that are into fitness, as a 9-year-old boy, there was only but so much I was able to do. Um, Pretty much regardless of how much I tried. And for me, uh, I'm older than Google. I'm older than YouTube. I'm older than social media, unless there is some social media out that I don't remember or know about. I had to be very creative in terms of what, how, and when I did stuff. So I believe many of us who were born in the 80s and the 90s, obviously anybody born before that, but for those of us that were born in the 80s or the 90s, specifically 80s, I was born in 85, 1985. Um, Trying to be creative, hoping that I saw certain commercials, certain things in cartoons, certain things in shows and movies. You know, for those of us that looked at magazines when we were growing up, or at any point, but specifically for me when I was growing up, um, constantly trying to figure out ways to be stronger, faster, um, and the best version of myself. Back in the day, I was more focused on being better than others, but at 40, I'm more focused on being the best version of myself. And the point is, and the moral is, whatever your specific goal is at this point, if it's worth doing, if it's worth having, it's going to take a certain amount of time to get there. It might take weeks, it might take months, it might take years, depending on what it is you're trying to do. And to a certain degree, depending on what that is, and probably regardless of what it is, to not be so upset. I understand being upset. But one, if you're not comparing yourself to others, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And two, depending on what it is that you want, compared to what you might need, there's a strong possibility that depending on your current age and you are not achieving certain things yet, that it might be a blessing in disguise. There are certain things you may not be ready for, mentally, emotionally, maybe even physically. Again, for those of us that are interested in being as strong as possible at whatever your current age is, especially for those of us in our 40s. Um, but yeah, so not only wanting to do things, but to be mentally, physically, emotionally, financially ready for some of the stuff that we want. So this is just a video to hopefully catches you in time, in terms of, if you feel like giving up, because there are too many times to where I felt like giving up. But the interesting thing about one of the many things I'm not good at is giving up. One, and I'm glad about that. One, and then two, I just know that at this point in my life, and I've noticed it for the last 10 years, there are many things that I've wanted throughout my lifetime, and that, you know, like every 5 years, when I remember certain things that I wanted, and being 40 and not having certain things that I thought I wanted or did want, I'm glad I don't have. I won't say what those things are, but there are certain things I thought I wanted as a teen. There are certain things I wanted in my 20s. And once I got to my 30s, realized, man, I am so glad I don't have some of the some of the stuff that I thought I wanted. So again, the moral is for you to keep going, keep trying, make changes as needed. Hopefully, you get help from the right people, right person. As I said earlier, if anybody saw my post and story from earlier, you know, one, keep going. Two, don't necessarily tell that many people about what you're doing, because there are certain people that'll get offended that you're trying to do good and, you know, feel as if you're trying to be better than them and possibly are. So do what works for you. Make changes as needed. Hopefully you get help from people who actually know what the heck they're doing, what the heck they're talking about, and have an understanding that you have to gradually improve, and that's regardless of your age, regardless of your gender, regardless of who you know. There's no shortcut to success. No drug, no drink, no pill to help you get to most of your goals. And it's just better to do it the way that you're supposed to do it, whatever that is for you. Hopefully you received this message well. This is Martone, owner and trainer Fuller Fitness. Take care.